Hey guys, I'm back. I just came out here today to upload a new video. It's a quick video. Just out here trying out the new Formula One car that just came out in the new Gran Turismo update. The F3500A. It's not a real car, it's a concept car, but it's inspired by the Formula One cars that were the style and the manufacturing designs of the early 1990s. This car weighs 1,113 pounds and it has 773 horsepower. And I mean, I can just tell you, just being in this motion rig, it is a very, very, very radical. I mean, of course, when I first got this rig, I had to try out the Toyota and the Honda and the other high-powered Formula One cars and supercars, but this car has to be the most radical feeling because I've never driven a Formula One car, but the way that this thing will lose control and spin out, even in third gear with traction control, it's just very hard to tame. It's real, and I don't know what it is about it, but it's a really fun car to drive because it's so unpredictable. But I can honestly say the Formula One drivers from back then, those guys have some stones on them because this thing is just very sketchy. I mean, I could imagine trying to drive this car in real life. Figured I'd give it a try in the sim, and this is just a Sophie race, but it just wanted to take you on a lap around the green hell. I tell you what, every time I get in this rig, it's just fascinating to me how far technology's come that I can experience something like this. Because, especially in VR and this motion, just the feeling of just going at this speed and just to have the feedback from the bumps in the road. Because I was gonna try to upload a VR perspective view in this video, but I really couldn't because it's so shaky. The perspective is so shaky. So I just figured I'd just show this perspective because just like in real life, I'm sure that going this fast in a car like this, being this low to the ground, I'm sure you're going to get like a lot of bumps and everything and experiences like this in real life. It's just a Sophie race. I'm probably going to hold off, on posting a lot of daily races, from Gran Turismo on this rig because I've been having some issues with the tracking. The VR, and it's like there's infrared cameras in my PSVR 2 headset, and I think it's because of the motion I've tended to lose tracking a lot. And I've spoke with a couple of friends of mine that are into computer gaming, and they say that Lighthouse is typically the better choice in VR, especially when you're dealing with simulators, especially with motion simulators, because I think the tracking just gets confused with all the movement. So I may post some daily races here and there, and plus, I'm just getting so frustrated with the daily race. Yeah, especially now that I've got a motion simulator, because every race I usually end up getting punted from the course and ran off course, and it's not really that fun when you're in a rig. So many people play on controllers, and quite honestly, Gran Turismo, looking at they've just done a poor job of weeding out drivers. Just drive dirty. It's really hard to really move up, so I'm just really disillusioned with trying to make any kind of like serious go at it with Gran Turismo in the daily races. Probably most of the content that I'll upload from now on, and probably just me just doing Sophie races and hard tests and whatnot, because it's just so discouraging just doing their daily races because the level of sportsmanship and then you can't really develop any racecraft because everybody's just dive bombing everybody and pushing everybody off the course, and it's like, what's the point? So I probably pretty soon I'm gonna get a PC and I'm gonna go to iRacing on a platform because I really enjoy doing this and I want to be competitive and I want to develop racecraft. And then on this. With Gran Turismo, it's really hard because nobody's really serious, and it's a game. So, like I said, from now on, I'll probably be uploading a lot of races just to share with everyone my experience with the motion rig and just, the technology with the VR and just the experience I'm having here. And I'll probably just test out a bunch of cars. But anyway, just enjoy the race. I ended up getting second in this race because I'm competing against Sophie, and I'm really glad that Anthony did decide to use Sophie for a single player because it's the most realistic experience that you can get against racing against real people. Even though Sophie will wreck you also, but unlike the daily races, in a Sophie race, when there's contact, you don't automatically wreck and get damage to the car. That doesn't happen, which is not real. But, you know, in daily races, if there's like the slightest bit of contact, it's like you get damage to your car, you get punted off the course. So, you know, it's just at least in Sophie races, it may not be realistic, but at least you can have a better playing experience, considering this isn't a real, what you call hardcore sim. I say this is a sim cave because there's certain aspects of this game that are real and other aspects that aren't. But I ended up getting second. This car is so much fun to drive. When you're out in real life, because I'd be terrified of it, but here, it's enjoyable. So I'll catch you guys on the next run.